Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. Hope you guys are doing well today. In this video, we're going to be talking about renown and just how to farm it. What's the most efficient ways to farm it after you switch covenants, or if you're just making an ult, things like that, and trying to catch up. So, I've recently swapped from Necro to Night Fae on my warrior. I will be doing a video talking about all things kind of warrior, prop warrior, and Necro soon. So if you are interested in that, please, with a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff is. Let us know what you're thinking about the patch currently. So I switched a couple of hours ago. I haven't been playing for that whole time. I've just hit Renown 12. So my best tips to go and get Renown caught up. Now, when I say caught up, what do I mean? So for me personally, it's about getting the soul binds. While yes, it's nice to go and get the mount or the title or things like that, ultimately the soul binds is kind of what's affecting your gameplay through covenants, and the highest level is 34, so requires renown 34. So once you've got 34, you're kind of at a point where there's no other thing. 35 gives you some stamina, which again is nice. So if we call that the focus, then okay, you are going to have automatically, if you've switched covenants, you're going to have done 2 quests already. If you have a new character, the first things you'll do is go and get them 2 quests anyway. So you'll get 1 renown from them 2 quests from your first campaign mission as such. You're then going to get 7 renown for finishing the rest of your missions. That's something that can be relied on. Me personally, I like to do that all at the same time. And the reason for that is that it's just easier. Instead of having to run around and do 1 quest and then run away and then come back an hour later once you've got 2 more renown to go and do another quest and things like that, you just don't worry about it. You go and do quest after quest after quest, finish the entire campaign. Actually, some of the campaign missions are really, really cool. So if you haven't done them before, you probably enjoy doing them the first time if you're anything like me and enjoy the story within WoW. So it's definitely a lot of stuff you can go and do with that. Like I said, me personally, I tend to leave it all to the same one. Now, if you want to do that, I believe it's 16 renown you need to be able to do that. Anything less than that, you will have to wait at some point for renown. If you do it at 16, you'll definitely be able to go through and do all of the missions at the same time, or one after another, which is pretty nice. Aside from the missions then, okay, so we know we're going to get 7 renown straight away, easy peasy, no problems at all. Where are we getting the other 28 renown? Now, you can go and do Castle Nathria. Now, Castle Nathria awards renown based on each difficulty. So if you kill Sun King on LFR, you can go kill Sun King on normal and Sun King on heroic, and he can award renown 3 times. Now, it's important to know it's not guaranteed. The less renown you have, the more likely you are to get renown. So if you are renown 1 and you go and do a renown rewarding content, you're more likely than if you're renown 31. This is just to stop you kind of, like I said, trying to hard farm it in a day. It's still very possible. Me personally, I'll be looking to try and do this in around 12 hours played, catching up to 35 renown. It's kind of my goal. And I think it's very doable. I think it's very doable without kind of just mindlessly farming everything. Me personally, the best thing I found is doing heroics. Now, you can queue up for a random daily heroic. You'll get, if you queue as a tank or healer, you'll get in very, very quickly. There's very little kind of difficulty there. If you're a class that can play healer but doesn't main it, or you don't main it yourself, queue as healer. Now, sometimes I get wound up when I see this happening, and it's annoying when both the tank and healer has done it. As you can see in this run currently, the healer is pulling a grand total of 400 healing, and that's with me playing one-handed while I'm commentating. Ultimately, I don't think it's something that you really need to worry about. If you get one person with any level of gear, and again, I'm only 210 eye level, it's not like I'm rocking all of the gear possible, then it's definitely worth doing, and you can queue up really quickly. And again, I'm doing these in around 10 minutes at the moment, as an average. I'm getting almost 1 renown. I think I've had 1 renown from every single dungeon so far, which is really, really nice. And again, it just means that I can do 1 or 2 daily heroics. If a couple of you have switched, so if you've had nerfs and a couple of your guildies have switched, get a group together, run through, do some mass heroic pulls, and you'll notice your renown going up very quickly. Like I said, I think 35 is the cutoff point. 35 is when you really don't need to worry about it so much. You don't get as much benefit out of gaining the levels unless you're specifically doing it because you want the mount or the title or anything like that, in which case obviously continue farming. You can achieve it all in 1 week. That's what happened with when I was leveling my Necro. So yeah, it's definitely doable. Just just a couple of quick tips then. The first one is you can buy items from your old Covenant, the armor items and things like that, and then sell them with your new Covenant as long as they're within 2 hours. This will award you the anima back on your new Covenant. Really, really nice if you just have a surplus of anima sat around in your old Covenant that you're not going to use, and you want to buff up your new Covenant. Now, another important note is that you don't lose any of the progress on your old Covenant. Your old Covenant takes almost like a screenshot, screen capture of your companions, of your pretty much everything. The only thing it doesn't keep is in-progress adventure missions. I think everything else it saves. So if you ever switch back to that Covenant, you'll still be the same renowned. You'll still have all your soulbinds unlocked, all your conduits and things like that. Your conduits come across to the new Covenant with you. Now, how do you switch back? So there's 2 more things to talk about. One of them is, again, how do you switch back? If you try out your new Covenant, so I'm currently trying Night Fae. If I play Night Fae for a few days and go, oh my god, this is horrible, I just can't do it anymore, how do I go back? Now, you can talk to the Covenant representative in Oribos, and they will give you a quest. This quest will be called Prove Your Worth, and if I can find it, there we go. So I've started this quest already to go back to Necrolords, and there's a reason I've done that. You have to do this quest twice, and there is a cooldown between the periods of which you can do the quest. I believe it's around 3 days, but that's just off the top of my head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually complete and hand in the quest the first time. As long as that means that whenever I want to go back to Necrolords, I've got to do maybe an hour or two's worth of grinding, and I can go back to Necrolords. It's a really nice state to be in. I don't believe you can do this for multiple Covenants at the same time, so I couldn't have this ready for Kyrian and Necrolord at the same time. But you can do it for one or for one at a time, and I think it's definitely worth doing. The last thing is conduit energy. Now, I think this is probably one of the worst mechanics in the game currently. I don't understand why it exists. It really is a fun police mechanic, and what I mean by that is it's a mechanic that serves no other purpose than to time gate and make your experience worse. And your conduit energy is what you spend when you put a conduit in your tree. Now, I was messing around with the conduits on Necro, so I spent a little bit of my conduit energy. I've recently geared up, so I'm working on trying to get everything set up. I've then come to Night Fae. Well, as Night Fae, I've needed to then put a new conduit in or things like that. I've now unlocked a finesse conduit, which I've unlocked through Renown. It's empty and I still can't put something in. This is something I'm really hoping Blizz changes in the future. I think it's horrible right now, but as it is, this is the way it is, and you'll have to wait 24 hours per energy. So if you are due to switch over, or you want to switch over, maybe wait for you to have max conduit energy, because otherwise you're going to be a little bit nerfed when you switch over and you get your nice shiny new conduits and you can't actually put your nice shiny new soulbinds and you can't put any conduits in. So guys, I really hope this helped. There is going to be another video coming out tomorrow, I believe, around Necro Prot Warrior, why I've switched and things like that. So yeah, if you're interested in that, please keep an eye out on the channel. Other than that, we've just hit 500 subs. That's a huge goal for us. I'm really happy. If there's anything you want to know, any questions you have, please leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Alright guys, thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and catch you later. Goodbye.